lost the chile, it's way over there. No, just cut all this. Mexican or Italian? Who did it better? So there's these two soups, one from Mexico, one from Italy, that are very similar in some ways and of course different in others. So today we're gonna make them both to see which one is the winner. So stick around until the end when we do the test trial, and let's start with the first one, Zuppa Toscana. First thing I'm gonna do is cook the bacon. Actually, while it heats up, let's chop the onions. I didn't realize I didn't chop them. Okay, so that's nicely chopped, and this is ready. So I'm putting the butter, garlic infused olive oil. I'm gonna add the bacon. I don't wanna get my cutting board dirty with raw meat, so I use scissors. We gotta get this baby crispied up, and then we'll set it aside. It's angry. It says low. I don't know why it's all angry. That looks yummy. Now I'm gonna turn this back on to medium and add the Italian hot sausage. When I first did the bacon, of course, the grease and everything gets stuck on the bottom. But now that I added the sausage, now it's all running nice and clear. So all that flavor lifted, and it's part of that sausage. So it's gonna taste really yummy. Actually, I'm gonna add a little bit of Lori's garlic salt to this. Now I'm gonna turn the pot back on, medium. So while these heats up, I guess I can chop the garlic. Now we're gonna add some butter. And infused olive oil. Okay, so I'm gonna add the onions and caramelize. So these you want to be like translucent basically. So now I'm gonna add the garlic. For this soup and pretty much everything, I use a lot of garlic. So you do you. Or if you hate garlic, then don't use it. But I'm telling you, it makes a difference. So now that it smells good, I'm gonna add the bone broth. So now I'm gonna cut the potatoes. I should have done that earlier. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of bouillon, pepper, and salt. And I'm gonna get the next ingredients ready. So I have 4 cups of kale, and this is heavy cream. This is what makes that soup really nice. I'm gonna turn it to low. So now let's add the kale. Add spicy Italian sausage, heavy whipping cream. I was shy of it a little bit, so I just added half and half. Substitute and then you're fine. Of course, substitute for the right things, you know. Okay, so let's plate this baby. Okay, now contestant number 2 is up. The Caldo Sonorense. First thing we're gonna do is roast the Anaheim peppers. You have to pay special attention to each one because they don't blister at the same time, and you want all of it to be completely blistered to be able to remove the skin. See, that's pretty evenly everywhere, so I'm gonna put it in the bag and keep it closed so that it sweats in there. I think I'm gonna give the tomatoes a little bit of flame too. So I'm gonna set this aside and get a large pot, same one as our last soup, and I'm gonna use some butter. And we'll put some infused olive oil. And I guess we can chop the garlic. Okay, I'm gonna add the onions. Get those yummy onions caramelizing. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. Let me add the garlic. And then continue to cube the potato. Okay, now taking the skin out of the chiles. Never ever run these through water. I know sometimes people think, oh, water will get the skin right off, and it does, but it's also washing away flavor. You don't want that gone. I'm cutting them in half. I cut it really, really, really close to the edge so that I can get the most out of that chile. The only thing that's going away is the vein, the seed, but the good stuff stays. So now I'm gonna cut it in half and then just slice, then set aside, and then I'm gonna do the tomatoes. Now I'm just gonna take out the middle part of the tomatoes, the seeds, and just roughly chop them. Add the tomatoes, oregano, marjoram, garlic salt, chicken bouillon, and bone broth. And I'm gonna add a little bit of nutmeg. So now I'm going to cube cheese. You can use queso fresco or panela. I'm gonna put a little bit of cilantro in there. Okay, now I'm gonna add the Anaheim peppers. So I'm going to let it boil for a little bit, turn it off, then I'll add the milk and the cheese. So on the other soup, on the Zuppa Toscana, I added a little bit of red pepper flakes because I like spicy stuff. You don't have to do that. So on this one, I'm gonna add a jalapeno. I'm just gonna add it whole like that. That way I can take it out later, just so that it adds a little, but you don't have to, okay? I like to, but you don't have to. I recommend it, but that's it. So, oh, that smells good. So I'm gonna add the cheese. Now that it's sort of cooled down a little bit, then I'll just add the milk. Okay, it's the moment of truth. So let me start by saying there's a huge disadvantage here because this has bacon and sausage, but that's okay because this one has the advantage of the peppers and the cheese and, so let's just taste them and see. That's really good. It's gonna be hard to beat. Now let's try the Caldo Sonorense. Okay, that's really good. The roasted chiles and the roasted tomato, but then the cheese. This is a really hard choice. So vote in the comments which one you like best. Like and subscribe. If you have any recipes that you'd like me to do for the next videos, leave it in the comments. We'll see you on the next one.